What's going on, guys? Matt Schaeffer back here with another Musaic audiophile build for you. This one is in a 2024 Corvette E-Ray. This is the first one that we've done of the C8, especially the E-Ray. Full audio, Hi-Fi 3 Plus. Let's go ahead and check it out. So since I typically start you off with the trunk, obviously no trunk in this one, we utilize the frunk to hide the Helix V12 DSP amplifier and the Helix P1. Kept this extremely simplistic and efficient because obviously we have a lack of space here. So you can see this little insert panel that we created here on the bottom. This pulls up, got little pull tabs, and then here we can expose the Helix P1, which is going to amplify our Focal Utopia 10-inch subwoofer that's going to be in the footwell, which I'll show you here shortly. And then we have the Helix V12 DSP amplifier here, which will power our front stage and our rear stage. We'll go over that here in a few. We do have these bolts that are going to tie down. So again, if this has to be serviced and this whole tray has to come out, we can pull out with these two things here. We can pull the whole tray out, and then there's going to be quick disconnects here at the bottom. So you can pull out all the amps and everything, and this whole area here can get pulled out in case they would have to service something that would be underneath this tray. So we made it very easy for the dealer in that aspect to remove all of this audio equipment here in the floor. This thing just pushes back in, and don't have to worry about heat or anything like that. Those amps do not get hot, so we're good to go there. All right, so going over the interior here, we have the Helix i7 speakers is what we went with in this particular application because it is a kind of like a plug and play application, right? So we have the 8-inch mid bass, which are here in the door. There is no grill there, so it's a little confusing when you're looking at it, but there is a open space underneath, like where the lock and unlock button is there, and it's basically a big vent that allows the air from the mid bass to vent out of this location. So it's a way they designed the speaker to not look like a speaker there, if you will, but there is an 8-inch mid bass woofer right here behind the door panel. We utilized that first spot right there as the mid-range, so we're using a Helix i7 mid-range, and then nothing here in that little tweeter spot, and we installed the tweeters up here on the dash. Utilizing where this grill is up here, you have the small little i7 tweeters, which are in a factory 3D printed type pod here behind the grill. As far as the center channel goes, center channel came out. We did not use that in this application. However, we do have that signal mixed into our factory preset because in this car, the Bluetooth voice on CarPlay and the navigation voice when you're using like Google Maps on CarPlay is center channel only. In this car, they do use an up mixer, so there is also additional audio information coming through that. So on that first preset, we do have that center channel being piped into our audio system. So the rear speakers are still factory. We kept the left and right rear speakers intact. They run active from the Helix V12 DSP amplifier. So 4 channels total for the rear. We removed the rear center channel, and that makes up the full interior speakers. All right, so as far as the sub goes, we created a footwell fiberglass enclosure, which is right in this area here. So this is actually going to be our piece that's going to protect the sub. And if you pull this back here, it's on magnets. You can see the sub there in the footwell. So me sitting in the seat with the door shut, there's still plenty of space for me to put my feet. I'm 6 foot, so I still have plenty of space to sit here comfortably. When you sit here, you naturally don't like put your feet all the way forward like that. You generally sit here with your feet at a 90. So again, plenty of space here, fully protected. And then again, you know, when you listen to this thing, the sound quality, completely worth it because that sub impact of the Utopia 10, especially in this car that only requires 0.4 cubic feet, this thing plays extremely low with very little airspace, and just the impact that this thing gives you in this car is absolutely outstanding. This is going to be the heatless conductor. Again, this is going to be the full DSP control. So what you're looking at here is going to be our master volume. The colors are completely changeable. In this case, we matched perfectly with the blue that you see all over the dash. We hit this once. That's going to be our subwoofer volume. Hit it again, and that's going to show us the preset that we're on. So in this case, preset number 1 from this car is going to be the factory radio. So everything that you see on the factory radio, exactly how it's intended to use from the factory, still utilize steering wheel controls and everything else, is going to work through preset number 1. Now, something to note in this car, on the E-Ray, they did not have a factory interface that did work with this car. Not to say that one might be on the way, but this current E-Ray platform, the only interface that was available was a Metra interface, and that does not work on this. However, it does work on other C8s, just not the E-Ray. So keep that in mind if you're integrating into the E-Ray, especially the Metra harness interface does not work. So we had to use the analog high level out of the factory amplifier to go into our DSP and then tune it appropriately. Now preset 2 is going to be the ASE BT from our phone directly into the DSP amplifier underneath the hood. And why do we do that? Because we can actually use the Bluetooth connection from our phone directly to the factory radio while your phone is also connected to the factory radio. So you can be connected to the ASE BT and the factory radio at the same time. You can be using wireless CarPlay from your phone and have all that being displayed on here. And then I just go on my phone and change where I want the audio diverted, right? So instead of diverting it to the factory radio, I just cast it to the ASE BT, and now I have a perfect digital signal from my phone directly to the DSP while still controlling all the Apple CarPlay and everything that you're using from the factory radio. So you're kind of using the factory radio as the visual interface, obviously not the audio interface. So you can still control and navigate everything through the factory radio while still getting a perfect signal directly to our DSP. Now, going to be our ASTO SP3000 high-res player. So that's going to be this device here that you see in my hand. We essentially just take this, put it in line out mode. So once we connect our analog input to this player, we can adjust this, put it in line out mode. So now, when we're playing anything on this player, right, we have better music, higher resolution. Like in this case, most modern music is going to be recorded at minimum 2448. But again, you're getting the best digital version of this track that's available, and it's being played through, you know, super high-end dual DACs from this player, which is why we're using analog out. Because if I was using digital out, if I do have DSD on this player, like from Pink Floyd or anything that's been remastered, Fleetwood Mac, Michael Jackson, Dire Straits, I wouldn't be able to play DSD if I'm going digital out, because the DSP amplifier can only process at I believe 24,192. So any DSD would not play from this player, which is why we're again going analog out. So I can play anything that's on the player, and I'm also utilizing the dual DACs of the player. So then that's why we go analog out from the player. And then really, I mean, everything else is very simple. Like again, this is not a very intrusive install at all. Everything still looks factory. We were able to add a sub. The sub rocks in this thing. The imaging is on point. I love how far you sit away from the dash, which helps everything out a little bit more. Again, the dynamics of this car are great because the interior is so tiny. So this thing absolutely rocks for a super efficient audio setup. So thank you guys so much for watching, following along. If this is the first video you've ever seen me do, I do stuff like this all the time in other cars. Check out my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, hit the alert bell, letting you know anytime we drop a new video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Obviously, check out our website. It's going to be the best spot to see all our curated information, all of our jobs that we've done, the YouTube videos, the build logs, the pictures, the testimonials, everything is going to be right there at our website, musaicdesign.com. Go ahead, check that out, go through the collection tab, see all the different builds that we've done, see if we've done anything in a car that you have or that you're interested in. Hit me up if you want to get a job done. Here's my phone number followed by my email address. These are the 2 best points of contact for me. Obviously, make sure you follow me on TikTok. I'll drop a lot of videos here before they make it out onto YouTube. So if you want the latest and greatest content, check me out on TikTok. Also, follow us on Instagram. Here's our 3 handles below. And then finally, check out our podcast. If you don't know about this existing, we have a lot of episodes on here where we talk about car audio, the evolution of car audio, how to make cars sound good in 2024, and most importantly, what you need to do to integrate safely into a lot of modern cars. Because again, a lot of people would never understand why you would swap out the Bose system in a car like this, right? I mean, people just don't have the reference to understand what is possible. But if you were to listen to this vehicle and sit down and experience what this vehicle has to offer, you would never be able to listen to the factory Bose system ever again. It would never happen. So the difference is that great. Go ahead and check out our podcast if you haven't already. It's called the Old Fashioned Car Audio Podcast on Spotify or anywhere you get your podcast. And like always, guys, I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate you guys for following along.
Until next time, peace.